add HTML forms to our web pages. Let's dive in. So we shall create our index file, HTML file. Then we shall add our styles. Okay, can delete this. Create our structure, sorry, and we can link our HTML. Sorry, this is link. Okay, okay, so after this we come into our form and we give it we say form, and it will form something like this with an action, and we have also what we call a method. Depending on what you're to use, it can be post, it can be get, those are called HTTP requests, but we shall look at this. Maybe if we are looking at PHP or JavaScript, we shall look at these. So we do have these, and we just want a UI for this. And if you come and look at, let's first get to see what we have. Can we go live? So what we have to put in mind is that a form submits data to the database. So what we need to do is we have to style it. Let's first style our body. We give it display flex, justify content center. We align items center, flex direction, column, flex direction column, and we I think that is it, and overflow, maybe overflow X. Overflow X we get hidden. Can give it, no, we won't give it a color. So we shall target a form, and a form we shall give it a width of 50%. Let's give our body a width of 100 view width, and let's give it some padding of about 20 pixels. So what do we have in the form? We shall create, we need something like a name a name, and can we say can it be a sign up form, a contact us form, anything? We can take up a name, a first name, last name, email, and password. So we shall have two divs. I will have this div 1, and inside div 1 we shall have a label, and this is HTML4. We can say this is first name. First name, we can add in things like okay, this is label for first name, and then it is called first name. Then we do have an input, and the input is of type, we say type, it's going to be a text. We can give it an ID of maybe first name, and then we can give it a name, we say name, also called first name. So this is how we do forms. So when you come on to this, we have this as first name, and down it's that. So what happens is we have that first name, then we can come and say duplicate this, and we say we can say first name, this can be last name, and then we can come and say last name, this is last name. Let's see what we have. So we have these two. So what we do is we are going to apply a grid on our form. You can say display grid, you can say grid template columns, we can say 3, can we say 2, 1 fraction. I hope you remember this, and we should be having what's in the form. The form has got 2 divs. Okay, what do we have? Why do we have this? Let me give a background color to one, oh sorry, our form. Let me give a background color to the form, and I see let me see, we need to see. Okay, this is what we have. Let's give it some padding over 8 pixels. Okay, and display grid seems not to be working. Why? Should we say, let's say flex, display flex. Okay, flex is working. I'll say okay, if flex is working, I'll say div1. I will give it a flex wrap of wrap. I remove this grid template columns. I will use say this is div 1, and when I come here, both are div 1. That's what I want. I'll give this a width of 50%. So I want it to take up a width of 50%. Okay, so on the div we have a label, and we have an input. Can I use flex within the div? Give it some gap of 2 pixels. Okay, so this is what we have, and we shall go back to this. Before the form, we can put up a heading and say sign up with us, sign up with us. Okay, we have first name, last name. We can add another div this is email, and we can call this email. You can say id email, text email, email. So what happens is we have this as well. So within the form, after the flex, we can give a gap of 6 pixels. Okay, 6 pixels in the form, 6 really 3 pixels. Can we put to 1 pixels, and we see it's 4 pixels. Okay, after flex, display flex, within the form we have 1 2 3. Okay, can we, let's remove this. I don't know why this flex is failing to respond. Okay, let's first give it a border of 1 pixel black and 1 pixel black solid. Okay, this is our form, but then I don't know why the divs are not responding. 50%, can we say 40%? Okay, 40% takes it back. Okay, this is it. And then you can say email, name, first name, last name, email, I think, and password. We have this as password. The ID should be password, and the name is password. Email type is password, and HTML4 password. So when you look onto this, we have this. So there's always a submit button within the form, and buttons by default are type submit. You can say submit, then we have no. Okay, we have this. Can put this, can we put it out of the form? No. Okay, it's okay. No, we have this, so we can submit this. After submitting, it shows us an error. Anyway, I can refresh this. It has nowhere it's submitting, so we can refresh this. So what happens is we can add properties like required. Say that some fields are required, we can say required. We can as well say required here, and we can say required here. So when we come onto this, we try to submit, it shows please fill out this field. This is because we added the is required bit of it. This is it. We can try to style this div 1 with also some padding top of about, we can add margin. We can say margin top of about 6 pixels. So okay, can add more like 10 pixels, is that we get some space up. Can say padding margin, can we say padding top of 30 pixels and padding bottom of 30 pixels. So we have something like that. This is a basic HTML form. You'll be looking at how to use each of that. We can proceed further with this div. This div has got two things, and that is the label and the input. We can decide to remove this label and put it in a div such that we can apply flex, and we can as well, we can leave the input there. So when we go to a div, we apply flex, display flex. We should have something like still that, and we change the flex flex direction to column. Okay, we should have something like that. First name, last name, email, password, submit. So this submit, we can put it, we can just come and do this, put all these in a form, in one div. We call it other. Inside this we put everything, then we get properties of the form. We just target the other such that the button is outside that. Okay, I think this is okay. Why the width 50%? Really, let's do this. Let's take it back. Okay, we just need to create, we can put this button outside. It has to be inside the form. Yeah, it has to be inside the form. Anyway, we didn't want to flex it with this, but then what we can do is we can leave this button inside the form, and then we create a div inside the form. We called it other. Create this. We have a button and a div, so we can check on this. Okay, we have a flex between the button and the other div. We come back to this, we give these properties to the other, and you can give it a width of 100%, and then we have the form. We can restyle the form on its own with a width of 50%. Okay, can we check on this, check on that? Okay, that looks okay, though we need two side by side, we did two side by side, and this is it in the other flex, flex. Okay, did we flex on the form? No. The width is 50%, and this other, okay, we didn't style it, we didn't select it. Let's do that, and this is it. We need a border on the form. Where is border? Border. Okay, the border is here. Can't put that on the form. We have something like this. Okay, need some padding on the form. Okay, this is it. This is what we have. Padding on the left, we can put 20 pixels, and padding on the right, you can as well give it 20 pixels. And this is what we have. This is our form. Very simple. So the moment you try to submit without the required fields, you get an error. Please fill out this form. Shall look at how to validate these forms and push data, but then you can stop here for now, and I think this is okay. If you want, we can do this. Let's remove the border, and we add some what is it called, box shadow. Add box shadow. You can say 10 pixels by 10 pixels by 1.3. Is this okay? Okay. 1.3. What was it? Can we give it a color red? Is it okay? It's alright. You can maintain the border. You can maintain the border, but this is it. We shall look at that next time. We shall proceed. We are winding up with this. We need to do about 2 to 3 projects with HTML and CSS, because we've really gone through a lot. It's been a lot, and we need to exercise these concepts. We put them into practice.